Welcome to another Wip Wednesday stream.
Hi guys.
This is our 24th stream. Can you believe that?
I know, right? They're stacking up there.
There's a lot of them now.
In case this is your first, this is Lizfaerie, and
I'm Lizfaerie,
Joey.
yes. Welcome to anybody joining us, and could you grab me that pony? I forgot to grab it. Just sorry.
Dancing on screen.
So if any of you guys are interested, this is the most recent pattern that has just come out. I did my Ponyta Fire Mane at last. So the full tutorial is now available. So if you guys are into that, you can find that on the channel, or you can also find the written pattern for the horse doll in my Ravelry store. And I did mute the stream, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, just making sure. And this, so like a fully posable horse doll.
Yeah, he came out epic.
Yeah,
it looks so good.
It's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's been fun to play around with it. But yeah, if you guys are interested in that, you can find that now, free for everybody on the channel. So let's get on with the whips.
Yeah, so that didn't count.
Yeah, that's not a whip.
Finished,
That's just I just wanted to remind you guys that came out, because actually when I published it on Friday, I completely forgot to post it to like Facebook and to like I just forgot to post it because I had a bunch of other stuff I was doing. So I forgot. Sorry about that. Okay. So
first up.
Oh yeah, before we get started with that, I just wanted to say that at the end of the showing you guys all of my whips of dolls that I'm currently working on, I'm going to show you guys a few pieces of concept art for some dolls that are not yet well, some of them are in progress, but some of these dolls I haven't even started like at all yet. So yeah, they're all just in my mind.
Yeah, it's kind of showing some of the ways that you come up with the things that you make, and yeah,
totally. So let's do the first of our whips. So this one you guys have seen before, and I literally didn't really do anything else with her, except I at first was going to make this into a sort of robe, and I just decided that I kind of want it to be a cape instead.
Nice.
So I rearranged it, and now it's like this little like cape that she's got around her, and now I can have her wearing like a smaller, more like low-key outfit underneath, and have the cape just be like a huge like swishy thing that goes on top of all of her clothes.
Right.
Which, like, I think it'll look pretty cool once it's done. And then also that gives me the ability to put her wings, like, facing downward so that I can just cover them with the cape.
And then they'll be
and then I can take the cape off and then show the wings fully with just the outfit by itself. Or she can have the full costume. Because that's something that I'm really, like, starting to get into more, is the idea of the dolls having, like, different costume options, kind of, with the costume that I make for them. So that if you, like, take certain parts off, it, like, has a different look. So it looks like she's wearing kind of a different costume. But, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I want to do some drawings. When I first did drawings for this doll, I drew her in, like, a dress type of thing that looked like this. But now that I changed the design, I want to do some other drawings. I just feel like it gives her a much more, like, regal look for it to be a cape.
Yeah.
But let me show you guys the shoulder piece closer up.
Yeah, because
I think it looks
really,
so
really
much
cool.
better now that it's a cape rather than when it was a dress. So, here is what we've got so far. But yeah, I made this little neck piece out of wire, and yes, this is crocheted.
Yeah, it's a crocheted wire.
Yep.
Looks so cool.
Yeah, if the camera would focus.
I know, right? Focus.
Focus. No, it doesn't want to. But maybe if
if I
get it in exactly the right spot, you can kind of see a little bit of the nuance of the stitches. But yeah, this is like what, double crochets and chains, I think.
Nice.
I think that's all that it is just double crochets and chains. So it's a pretty simple little piece, but it has a really cool look. It would be really cool to make something like this, like, full size in real, for myself.
That would be super cool.
I know, right? It would just be like a really intricate piece, and I love how springy and stretchy it is too. Like, it would be a cool piece to even have like I don't know. I almost think like if you had like a crop top, but with the stomach covered in like a metal mesh or something
that
would
be cool.
That would look super cool.
Like
that
steel
would be something,
lace or something.
Yeah,
like
totally.
That.
That's something that I think would be cool to try on a doll because it would be a lot more like reasonable to make it.
Yeah.
But it would be really really cool to like wear something like that just because of how it like stretches and moves around. The only thing that I would worry about is of course like pinching yourself with metal.
Right. Seriously.
Or,
and
like,
of course, because on this scale,
or...
working with metal is a little bit easier because
for sure.
The thickness is a lot easier. It's more pliable and easier to work with. Where once you start scaling it up, obviously metal wire is pretty hard to work with.
Yeah, for sure. And I made it to match this little metal crown that I crocheted.
Right, that's kind of what it started with, right?
I think this was the first piece that I did. This was what made me like change her design completely.
Just kind of playing around with the idea of what you could do with trying to crochet with wire.
Yeah, and I think I'm actually probably going to redo her wig because it's hard for me to.
Right, it's an older style and it's not.
Well, it's made of thread and it just keeps like slipping out. Like, see how messy the bun looks, and like I want her to look more like regal, kind of. You know what I mean? And that doesn't really look. Doesn't have that look.
It's a bit unkempt for royalty.
It's cute, but you know it does look like she's kind of like. It's more like the whole like the wayward princess aesthetic rather than like the regal queen aesthetic.
Right, totally.
And that's more what I'm trying to go for. But and then I wouldn't have to have her with like 1,000 pins in her head because I'm pretty sure she has like a couple of bottom pins just stuck into her head. But yeah, I think I will undo this and just do it with yarn instead because it will just look better.
Yeah.
I've like cut and redone this doll so many times. Like her eyes got cut out already. Her hair's been cut off multiple times. And like I've changed her outfit multiple times. I put wings on her and then didn't like them anymore and cut them off. This doll, like I just can't decide on what to do with her all the way. And I think I'm getting really close. I think that maybe it would be good to try to do more drawings beforehand though, because that does obviously make it a lot easier to like be able to I don't know, to do a nice design of the doll, like to like kind of know where I'm going with it from the offset. The other thing that I hate about this thread hair is it's so slippery. The crown just
wants to slip up.
Oh yeah, and by the way, it has this little moon pendant
that's supposed
keeps slipping underneath, but it's supposed to like rest kind of on her forehead. But it just keeps slipping off, so that's kind of annoying. I might just
it's another reason why this style of hair isn't.
Yeah, it's just not working well
optimal
for the design, so I think I'm just gonna cut it off and redo her wig.
Yeah,
and I just have a better way of doing wigs now, so it'll come out nicer.
Yeah,
and less bulky on her head because her hair is kind of huge too. It looks like she's wearing a giant helmet of hair. But yeah, no, I think I can make it.
The volume.
Serious. I think I can make it look nice though.
Yeah. Right.
So that's whip number 1. Okay. The next whip I've only done a little bit of work on, but this is my Greg universe from Steve Universe that I'm working on. Only working on the body so far. Not much of it has finished. But I finally got him mostly stuffed in his body, and I've got the legs started, and he's got his little robot legs and robot arms now, so I'm gonna finally start working on the limbs. But yeah, I didn't really do very much work on that. I just started I split up the row to make each leg and made the skeleton and stuffed it and added the skeleton.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know if you guys want to see this closer up.
Might as well.
But yeah, here he is closer up. Here's his little robot arms. Here's his little robot legs. And then he's got like the beginning of his normal leg starting to form. And here's the booty. All right. So next, let me show you. I've been working on this pearl for a while, and the only thing that I've done, like, I literally just have to finish her one other sock, and then she's pretty much done. Oh, and also I want to trim the back of her hair because I feel like it's a little long at the back. But I finally curled her. I curled her hair at the front, so her bangs and the sides of her hair is curled finally. This I have to show you guys on the closer camera though, because otherwise you won't be able to see it. But yeah, I did a couple of little curls around her gem here. It's a little messier than it was when I first did it. There we go. Sorry. She's been sitting in a pile with a bunch of other dolls, so, and then I also did another little curl here at the bottom.
Nice.
Yeah, I think she looks like so much nicer with the curls. I think it made a huge difference with the look of her wig. And I just have to chop this so that it's a little bit shorter. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna do that with a razor, an eyebrow razor. But yeah, I love how Pearl's wig came out. It's so pretty. It's like exactly what I wanted it to look like.
Yeah, no, it looks super cute.
Yeah, this Pearl is one of my favorite pieces that I've made. Nice. Yeah, it was really, really tough to get those curls like shaped properly. They just they're just so small that it was tough to like get them to be in just the right shape. Like I literally couldn't really curl them around anything. I kind of just had to like work them manually into that shape with my straightener.
Right.
So it wasn't really it wasn't as easy to do as like curling the entire hair would have been, just because it was one little tiny spot at the very end. So I did kind of have to do it manually, which I don't really think I've ever done before, and it came out pretty nice.
Yeah,
so
no, that does look really good.
I was trying to make it look more like natural-ish, so. But yeah, I think she looks pretty cute. Okay, so that's the Pearl. Cute. Now the next couple things that I want to show you guys, I haven't really done very much work on. Some of them I've like done the opposite of work on. Hand me the Yoshi, because that's probably the thing I've done the least work on, because literally all I did was stuff the body. So this is my Yoshi progress for the new Yoshi that I'm working on. I've already practically finished a blue and a pink, a green and a pink one, and now I started on this blue one. So yeah, that's really all I did was just stuff it. So that's it.
Just got a little Yoshi got to eat.
Yeah, finally. Yeah. Before it looked a lot worse than it. I mean, it still kind of looks a little weird now, and I haven't stuffed its nose either, so it looks a little super weird. But yeah, I don't know. Dolls always look a little weird when they're not stuffed.
Especially with this one, because there's a cheek spaces that implies that the eyes go there, which makes it just have a completely different shape and look than it would if it was. Yeah, it does. Once it actually becomes a full Yoshi. A full Yoshi.
Okay, and hand me Peridot and Ruby.
The trailing end. Tried to fly away.
And these two I've kind of also done similarly, not very much work on since the last time. I just added a neck to Perry, so she's not just a floating head. Now she's a floating head and neck. And I added shoulders to Ruby, so they're
some teeny little shoulders.
Yeah. Oh. I know. I'm not sure if I should make the shoulders wider or not. I think they're probably good, right? Because Ruby's kind of got a big head.
Yeah, no, totally.
She's kind of got a big head.
Their proportions.
Yeah. So you stop rolling. Go over there. It's because it has the stone in its head, so it wants to roll.
It's heavy towards a certain side.
Stay. Okay. So I think this is a good amount of shoulder to head ratio, though, right?
Yeah. No, I think that's good. Start bringing it down for the arms.
Yeah, totally. But so yeah, she's got a neck now, she's got shoulders, and the blue one. Last time this blue one was the most done. Now it's the least done. Not the least done. I shouldn't say that.
Nobody knows which one of these is the least done.
I frogged it down to the neck because I decided this was going to be lapis, and I decided it's not anymore. Now this is going to be sapphire, because I was looking through my blue yarns, and I thought this was the only blue that I had that would work for lapis, but I looked through them, and I found one that would have worked just better for lapis, and I was like, when I was first making this for Lapis, I was like, oh, I have a blue that's kind of darker than this, so I could use that for Sapphire, I guess, even though I thought this was kind of a better color for Sapphire.
Totally.
But, like, I was, for some reason, I didn't notice my other blue last time I looked at them for some reason. So, well, everything in the studio is still a bit of a mess right now. That's probably why. But yeah, I looked through the blue ones just because I was like, oh, I know I have one.
Right.
I must have one. And I looked through them, and I did find that I have a blue that will work a little better for Lapis. So this is actually going to be Sapphire now. So I frogged her back down to the neck because I had actually finished up to her torso, and her gem was already inset, and I already had like the whole back and the whole like torso just done, and I was ready to start making the hips and the legs, but like I just couldn't. I couldn't keep going because I knew that I could have made Sapphire with the darker blue, but I just didn't want to because it was more accurate to make her this color. So this is going to be Sapphire now, and now I need to bring out my other blue to make Lapis. So that's good.
Yeah.
Now that I know what I'm doing.
Right. Ruby won't get too lonely now.
Aw, that's cute. I like that. Okay. I thought that it was going to be Lapis, but it was actually going to be Sapphire the whole time.
Save them all.
Okay, and one more thing I want to no, not last up.
Not last up.
I'm going to actually show you the concept art for this piece because there's literally like barely any of it. What are you doing?
Sorry. I'm back. I'm here. Hello.
Okay, so later on when I show you guys the concept art pieces that I've been working on, I will show you the drawing that I did for this piece, the work in progress for this piece. But it's going to be, for those of you that have been watching this series before, you might have seen my bunny girl and my cat girl that I've been working on. This is going to be a bear girl. So I've got her head started a little bit. And I want to actually show you that because I did a little something on her head that's slightly different. You can see her nose is kind of a little pointed there.
Yeah.
Because I added a little bit of increases and decreases to the nose to give it a little like pop out at the front, which I don't normally do with dolls, but I wanted to experiment with that with this particular doll just because I wanted her to have a really long like little popping out snout without having to like layer on a bunch of like stitching afterward.
Totally, yeah.
Because it would just
get
be
the work done.
Well, not only that, but it would have better structural integrity that way, and I would like wreck the yarn less when I brush it out and all of that stuff.
Good point.
Yeah, so it's just a safer thing to do. And the other reason for that is because this is actually, I guess, a commission piece. It's I'm making this piece for one of my friends, so I do want it to like last well and not just like fall apart or anything.
Right, totally.
But so I do want to try to make it as best as I can. Not that I think that the other ones are going to fall apart from the technique that I used on them.
But because you're sending it off to somebody else, I could totally see wanting to.
Like, I just want to make absolutely sure that it's going to be like as structurally sound as possible.
Yeah.
Especially with it just like, I don't know, just being shipped somewhere too. But yeah, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm just going to shape her face the way I normally do by pushing in and pulling in certain parts of the yarn and stitching them in place. But like, I'm thinking of maybe giving her like some eyes, maybe potentially. Like potentially trying to see if I can make her inset eyes like the way that I did the gems.
Right.
But not like exactly the same, obviously. Totally. But I want her to have really, really cute big eyes. So I kind of left a huge space here so that I can make her have... Like, I made this doll with a giant head compared to a lot of the other dolls that I've made. So, so yeah, hopefully this experiment comes out well.
That'll be interesting to see how it develops.
Okay. And now the last whip that I want to show you guys before the art pieces. Could you put this over there? The bunny girl that I just mentioned, I've been doing some work on her wig. If you watch the previous episodes of this series, you can see how the wig has developed over time. But I finally finished the wig. So, as you can see, it's a lot shorter than it was. It used to come, like, all the way down to, like, her butt. Mm-hmm. But, I chopped out some bangs, and then I, like, blended it in with the rest of her hair, and I gave her some cute layers. And then I also curled the bangs under. So here is what she looks like now. Oh, she looks so cute. I love that hair. I love that hairstyle.
Yeah, no, it did come out really nice.
It came out super cute. And if you guys want to see other photos of this, there are some on my Instagram. And you guys can follow me at Lizfaerie. I'm not sure if I have the link in the description or the name in the description. I will put that in there later.
Yeah, you want to get in there.
But yeah, so here is what the wig looks like. I freaking love how that curled under bangs.
Yeah, the way it like swoops in, like
you can see a little bit of the process that I did on my Instagram. Oh no, wait, that's right. That was a story, so it's probably gone now. I forgot.
Oh, come and gone.
I thought that I posted it as a post, but I don't think I did actually. But well, you know, I'm going to probably make a tutorial eventually, so you'll see eventually how I did this, because I'm going to make more dolls like this, like the bunny girl. I mean the cat girl, and other things that I'm going to talk about later.
Right.
But yeah, I love how the colors look on this piece, and I just love the haircut and the bangs. This is like exactly what I pictured when I was trying to come up with the idea of this doll.
Right.
I actually did make a drawing of her, but I'm not going to show you that because I couldn't find it.
Yeah. I know. A lot of the drawings just kind of...
Yeah. I'm just going to show you
disappear off or
yeah, I
sometimes they end up on the fridge for a while.
Yeah, no, there is one that is on the fridge that's been there for a long time. And actually, she's one that I've wanted to make, too, for a long time.
Right, yeah.
And the other one, too. No, I have why didn't I think of those? Well, I'll show you guys those next time. Yeah, because I'm not gonna start working on those dolls for a while, so I shouldn't really like...
No need to get up the hype right now.
Yeah, I shouldn't hype them up until I'm actually gonna start working on them. Okay. So, now that I've shown you guys that wig, I'm going to show you guys some concept art. Could you hand me those? Let's just have a look at these and decide what order I want to show them in. Oh, I guess this one has to probably be last, I guess. Let's do this one first. Okay. So this first one is going to be two different characters. And so there's this this one shorter, smaller character, and then this taller character here. This is as best as I can show them to you guys because I'm not as good at drawing things on PC as I would like to be. So I do most of my drawing just by hand.
Just hand sketching.
So the reason why I'm making these is because I want to kind of make some like, I don't know, kind of like witchy dolls, I guess, and these are kind of like the beginnings of what I'm thinking of for making like the first couple, and also just like another reason why I want to get into making these particular dolls is because I want to experiment with making dolls with other types of materials for their clothing, and like having different like pieces, different, like, I guess just different types of materials, like all in the same piece, because I think that just adds a lot to the piece.
Yeah, definitely.
So like I'm thinking of maybe making some of their clothing out of fabric, and like, and then also like some of it made of crochet, but then also maybe using like certain pieces like with like foam or leather or things like that, and just trying to get a more interesting aesthetic for the doll with all of the clothing pieces. And I want to try to make some more interesting, like, shoes and accessories for them.
Yeah.
So, hopefully that experiment will go well. So, that's the first one. Let me put this aside. And this next one is the bear girl. She's in a bit of a pose. So, here she is. What as I showed you guys the bunny girl earlier, here she is. She's like in like lingerie and fishnets and stuff. And my friend that wanted me to make this doll for her asked that the bear girl be in a similar style. So I'm going to also have her be wearing like lingerie and like fishnets and garters. But I also want to give her like a lacy robe. Yeah. With some little like berries like embroidered onto the lace.
That's awesome.
So I started drawing little berries onto the lace. I only did one side so far, and I'm not sure quite what the color palette's going to be for her clothing. I think I'm gonna go with like maybe like red maybe for certain parts of it, just because of like the berries. But But yeah, I'm super excited to make this doll because of the technique that I use for making afros. So I think that her little afro puffs will be really, really cute because I don't think I've actually made any afro puffs since I started the new technique that I use for making afros.
I know, and I don't know. I always liked the aesthetic of that style of hair pulled into like a ponytail or a puff.
Yeah, no, it looks really, really cute. Yeah, and my friend that requested this doll wears her hair like this a lot, so I thought it would be nice to incorporate that into the doll's design. Totally. And also, I want to make it so that she has the option of putting her hair down too if she wants to. That's the other thing that I like about the design that I use for making afros. So that'll be cute.
Yeah, no, and the ear placement with the puffs looks good too.
Yeah, actually, I think that I kind of like ripped off that aesthetic from like. Because you know how some people will put like the pigtails and then they'll have like a little hair tie around the pigtails that has like a little ball on it. Right. I was like looking at pictures of girls that had that hairstyle and I just put the ears where the little balls so funny. Where the little balls go on the hair ties. And I was like, oh yeah, that's the perfect placement when you have like a little like puff pigtail.
Yeah, no, that worked really well.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. She's super cute. And the other reason why I'm really, really excited about making this doll is because I'm super, super ready to start making my other body types of dolls.
Yeah, I know, right?
I've been like trying to get to write this series of patterns forever. And as you guys can probably tell, I have a lot of stuff I'm working on. So it just takes me a long time to get to working on anything. So this is going to give me like an excuse to like really get on it and start working on different body types of dolls. So the next one is another anthropomorphic animal girl. Did you put this aside? Let's see. This one is a squirrel girl. You might have seen her in the thumbnail of the video. Let me put that aside for now. So this one I'm also kind of excited for because I want to make her hair. That's something I'm particularly interested in doing. I kind of gave her this like this short like almost like pompadour type of aesthetic with like a sort of like shaved back of the head. Well, like not shaved. She's a squirrel, so she's still gonna have like right. I'm not gonna like shave her bald or anything. But yeah, so I'm excited to see how well I can manage to do the pompadour hairstyle, I guess, because that's something that I've never tried to do before.
Totally, you get that big volume up front, or get to stick out like a little bit in front of their head.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's the goal. The other thing that I'm interested in is this tail, because that's gonna be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, that's gonna be something kind of new.
Mm-hmm. I've done similar stuff to that before, but I have never done like a full like thick tail on a doll.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how well I can pull it off, I guess. And again, more wanting to try different types of clothing pieces. Like I gave her some thigh high crew socks, I think those are called. Nice. And some little shorts with tears in them. We have like a ton of scrap denim, so I think I can probably use those to make her some little shorts, and like I can probably easily wear them down in a couple of spots, or I could even find some that already have some wear in a couple of spots and try to use those, because like that's what happens to Joey's clothes.
I wear through my clothing.
But yeah, so I'm excited to try that. And I think I started to make her like a lacy top, but I stopped making the pattern. But yeah, I think I had like this idea of making her like this little crop top that has like a lace middle section here. Mm. So that's why I started doing that little line pattern on the middle. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with that, but I am really excited to make this doll just generally. So, okay. So the last piece that I'm going to show you, this is a doll that I've shown you guys before, and I'm pretty close to completing her. And this is one of the earlier pieces of concept art that I drew for her.
Right.
And because I drew this a long time ago,
one of the dolls you've been working on the longest.
Oh yeah,
too,
I've been working on her.
Like...
Well, this is the doll that made me figure out how to do my afro technique.
Right.
Because this was the first like really really good afro I ever made for a doll. But I wish I had thought to bring the doll out, but I didn't. I'll show it to you guys next time because I've been wanting to work on her, and I really, really should get to that. So maybe I'll bring her out next time. But so for this piece, I actually did a full background, and I'm kind of terrible at drawing landscape and stuff like that, so you'll have to excuse me. But it looks pretty okay.
Sketch,
but yeah, no, it's all like super rough. But this is my wildflower like meadow doll that I've been working on. Another fairy doll. This one is just the whole concept, I guess, is her just like sleeping in a meadow and then a bunch of flowers just growing around her body and making her outfit. So like that's the whole idea of like what I was doing when I was drawing this, where it's just like her just like sleeping in like in a field, I guess.
Yeah, underneath some trees. A couple mushrooms thrown in there.
Yeah. And
no,
like,
that's
here. I can show you guys like more around the picture because I'm not super good at drawing things, but like I think this is probably like one of the best things I've drawn.
Yeah.
I guess as far as like landscape and stuff, I'm a lot better at like figure drawing, as you can probably tell from this piece. And yeah, I think she's coming out pretty close to what I had pictured for the concept, so I'm pretty excited about that. A lot of these pieces I wish I could just like freaking like make into like line art pieces that I can like fill in and color in.
Right, totally.
I would really love to color these in, but I've not had time to do any of that.
Right? You gotta scan them and then you gotta ink them.
Yeah, serious. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So this is the last piece that I wanted to show you guys this time.
Hope you guys enjoyed our 24th Wip Wednesday.
Yeah, next is
throwing in a little bit of art into it.
Yeah, and this is the first time that we've done that, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you think in the comment section after the video goes to the archive.
Goes public, yeah.
And
thanks everyone that's joined us for this stream.
Thank you so much for watching.
If you're here in the archives, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much, you guys. And I think that's gonna be it for us this time.
Yeah.
So
we'll catch you next Wednesday for
that's right. What am I doing even?
What's going on?
We're going to be here again next week at the same time at 9:00 Pacific Standard Time for the next Wip Wednesday, and we'll see you guys then. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.